Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside and this week's nursery tour. So we are going to have some fun today because we're going to talk about some new specials that we have both here at the nursery and online. And we are also going to do a little quick tropical storm Debby update because y'all have been so sweet and kind and asking how we have fared through the rain and all of that. So first what we're going to do is talk about Debby, and then we're going to move to the specials that we have. Okay, so Tropical Storm Debby came through yesterday. Today is Friday. I know this is going to be showing on Monday. So all day on Thursday we woke up to rain. We actually had in the rain gauge this morning a little bit less than 7 inches of rain. It was a non-stop rain all day, never a huge downpour at one time. So therefore we did not have any kind of flooding. Praise the Lord. If you remember that we had the other day, we were clearing out the shrub lot. And so in fact, our folks are here today working on that again. So we cleared out the shrub lot, thinking that if the flooding did happen, that the shrubs would be safe, and it did never happen. So that was wonderful. Jerry was over here during the day yesterday, kind of checking on everything. He said that there was water running down the grass here. Not that the creek ever overflowed, but just that water was flowing down because, I mean, you know, 7 inches of rain in a day, and it came down into the creek bed right here and did well. Just a really quick update so you can see how, I mean, it's definitely squishy, right? But the gardens fared really well. We just have some of the cleome that I see got a little floppy because there were some bands of some wind. Not terrible wind, but it did kind of, you know, you can see how some of them are laying over. So, you know, all things considered, did incredibly well. So we are very grateful for all your messages and your comments and your prayers. So yes, so we handled Debby very well. You can even see like some of the grass here, the winds just coming. So what we can do is kind of come in here and kind of help bring them up a little bit, but they'll pop up with the sun. So there you go on that. What we'll do is just kind of continue to work the shrub lot, get everything organized, put things back. You can see here actually, because you know we have water that flows through here. We had, remember, redesigned this bed where the large container is, and we added the rocks in there so that it wouldn't, because that was where it was washing. I see a little bit of mulch that moved, but overall it did really well, and water flowed down through here. And yeah, so everything worked, and so all the systems in place, we're good to go. All right, now let's talk about the fun stuff with the plants. Here we are, close to being the middle of August in North Carolina, zone 8A of course. And tis the season for specials here at the nursery. So that is what we have going on. We currently have here at the nursery, right? We have all of the summerific perennial hibiscus and the roses of Sharon are buy one, get one free. I think the daylilies are still buy one, get one free. Of course, the annuals are buy one, get one free. I mean, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm taking advantage of the buy one, get one free because I figured it's fair game at this point. Y'all haven't come and got things, so I am snatching them up. So all of those are buy one, get one free. Our sweet people online with the gardeningwithcreekside.com, every time we announce a special, man, y'all take advantage of that. And I think all of the specials we have run thus far are pretty much like you've bought everything. So like all the hibiscus online are sold out. The euchera, just about everything's sold out except for maybe lemon love is sold out. Those are all 50% off. And I think the sweet romance lavender, that was all gone. So this week what we're doing is, and the reason that we're doing this is because we don't want to have to carry things over into next year, right? Annuals here at the nursery, we're not carrying them over from year to year. They are annuals for a reason. That's why they're those BOGOs. In the e-commerce, we don't want to carry them over. We want to get them into your hands. That way next year we get fresh, beautiful, new stock, new fun plants. So what we're doing this week, hostas. Yes, my friends, hostas. So come on, we're gonna come over here to the the pines, because that is where, of course, obviously, hostas for us are shade perennials. Now, I do envy you people who are in cooler areas where you can put your hostas out in the sun. I can't do that here. Where I am in the Piedmont of North Carolina, if I put hostas out in the sun, they fry. So they're definitely a shade perennial for me. Now, if you're a follower of Creekside Nursery, you know that Jerry and I have this fun tension between us where I love the hostas. I'm like, give me all the hostas, and when we order, I'm like, I want all these different kinds, and Jerry's like losing his mind because he's like, woman, we have enough hostas, stop ordering hostas. I don't think you could ever have too many hostas, but my husband disagrees. So all the hostas are going to be a buy one, get one free. So here at the garden center, they are buy one, get one free. You can mix, you can match, does not matter, buy one, get one free. Online at gardeningwithcreekside.com, they're 50% off. So it's the exact same thing. It's just easier online just to go ahead and mark them 50% off. You do not need a coupon code. We've already marked them down for you. Simply add them to your cart and there you go. So let's talk about some of the hostas that we have here at the nursery. If you go to gardeningwithcreekside.com and just type in hosta, you will see in the search bar, you'll see all the hostas that we have available for you. We have both branded and non-branded hostas there, so you can grab those. The great thing about hostas this time of year is hostas are very cold hardy. Typically, they are hardy to zones 3. So zones 3 to 9. If you are in those cooler zones 3 through 6, maybe you want to go ahead and grab them and stick them in the ground. You absolutely can put a quart size hosta, which is what you're going to get online. They're quart size. You can go ahead and stick them in the ground now. Us warmer folks, 7 through 9, you can put them in the ground now, or if you just want to hang on to them just for a little bit, then you can, and then plant them in September, October, November, December. Extremely cold hardy, especially the warmer you go in these warmer zones, zones 8. I can plant a hosta in January and have no worry about losing it over the winter because it's too cold. But the beautiful thing about hostas that I love is that they come in such a range of colors and sizes. For example, this is Rainbow's End. Like, look at this. Look at this cutie patootie. So Rainbow's End is obviously going to be a smaller hosta. You can look at that. This is a gallon container. Excuse me, beautiful coloration on it, and it's going to have a nice light lavender flower on it. Again, the cooler you are, the more sun you can have on your hostas. The warmer you are, the more shade you need on your hostas. Gorgeous coloring on these guys. And then, like, look next door here. This is another sweet little thing right here. This one is Thyme in a Bottle. And so Thyme in a Bottle, another nice short petite one, has very slender leaves on it. Has a little bit of a weighty texture to it. You can see we've already trimmed them back because they bloom. All of your hostas are going to bloom. And so it doesn't matter if some people love the hosta blooms. I personally am one of those that love hosta blooms because your pollinators and your hummingbirds love hosta blooms. Some people don't like hosta blooms, which I kind of find interesting, but you know, whatever, to each their own. And so once it's done blooming, you're gonna wanna cut it back. I think our people have done a really good job. We'll come over here and look. Okay, so like for example, here we go. This is a beautiful, nice, this is obviously a nice big one. Yeah, humpback whale. So, and humpback whale, oh my gosh, she's happy. Look, she's growing. So you know you've got a massive root system here. But humpback whale is obviously going to be a bigger hosta, hence its name. But you can see the leaves and then you can see the blooms. Now we did just get 7 inches of rain, so it's a little heavy, but look at those big, beautiful blooms. Your bumblebees, your hummingbirds can get in there and they love it. Now, once this is completely finished blooming, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go down your stalk all the way down into your plant and you're just gonna cut it off, right? And then you still have your gorgeous foliage. So whether you like them big, whether you want a nice large one that has the ones on the ground, y'all, they're very happy because they're starting to root in. I think is this guacamole? This is guacamole. So we have a ton of guacamole. Yeah, guacamole is great. It's one of my favorites, clearly, because we have a ton of it. But it's a beautiful, variegated, nice lime chartreuse center, dark green edging. It is going to be, I would say, like a medium-sized hosta that you can tell. So when you're planning your shade garden, you absolutely, right, start with the biggest ones in the back and you work your way forward till you have your little tiny ones in the front. Do not be afraid to put your hostas in containers. Come over here, let me show you this. This is why I love hostas. So we have got a hosta in this container. This was just planted this year, but let me show you this beauty. And Jerry, you might want to like walk around so that they can see it better on this side. But this container has been here no less than 5 years. So in this container, when we first started, I had different, there's a painted fern in here, I had other ones in here, but this hosta has been in here for at least 5 years, if not 6 years. This is actually called Paul's Glory. I don't think we have Paul's Glory available now, but don't get hung up on the specific one. Just know that you absolutely can put hostas in containers and leave them out year round. Now, if you're a zone 3, it could be a little iffy for you, but if you're in the south, you absolutely can do that. Remember Mimi's garden? She has tons of hostas in her containers because she has voles, and so this is a great way for her to keep her hostas safe and not have to worry about them. But when you're in there looking at your hostas, looking at your shade garden, right? I know Jerry talked about this last week, this Mojo Pittosporum, right? A beautiful evergreen, low growing shrub that does really well in the sun to part shade. It's gonna be a 3x3 and it's hardy in zones 7 to 10, but it's a beautiful variegation. Like, it's really fun. So you have, of course, that nice evergreen in the garden because your hostas are going to be deciduous, right? So meaning it is that perennial that it is going to die all the way back to the ground in the wintertime. So in the wintertime, they're gone. They disappear. They're not in your garden because you don't see them. Then come early spring, man, they just come up. So this is an example. So this is that time in a bottle we showed you, right? So it's got the stalks. This needs to go ahead and be pruned. All the flowers are gone. So what we do is we come back and we just cut it back all the way down. So let's talk about some other ones. So our folks did a great job starting with the short ones and then they work up to the big ones. Proven winners, we have got like Voices in the Wind, and you can tell that you're gonna, especially if you're in the south with the heat and humidity, y'all, do not be afraid to buy this hosta, right? It is a buy one, get one free. Do not be afraid to buy it. Yes, is your foliage looking ratty? It is. Is the root system really healthy? It sure is. So don't worry. I've got hostas in my garden where I've either had slug damage, snail damage, maybe you have deer that have chewed on it and chomped on it, limbs that fall on them, wind, rain. Don't be worried about the foliage at this point, y'all. That is not the problem. Think about your root system. A nice, big, beautiful, healthy root system is what you want on your hostas. So it's okay. Yes, you could get a hosta that's in primo condition as far as the foliage, right? Sure, great. This one is Island Breeze. And the names on these things are so fun, right? Absolutely love it. Like, for example, we had that tropical storm Debby came through. We have a limb that has fallen. So you will get limbs that fall and they'll pierce them. It's okay. It is all part of it. It is not a problem. We have another one from Proven Winners. This is Wee. And so, a couple years ago, that was the big, I think it was some insurance commercial where the pig would like hang out the window and wee! So this is what makes me think about this hosta. Really nice ruffled edges, medium size. We work our way up. We've got Diamond Lake. So Diamond Lake, see, example, right there, bumblebee, right inside of that hosta flower, loves it. And then it must be a little camera shy. But you got Diamond Lake, nice big, more of a blue-green color to it. This is this guacamole again? Let's see. No, this is stained glass. Look at stained glass. Gorgeous color on it. Gorgeous. You put stained glass next to your Diamond Lake, They play off of each other, beautiful colors. This is the guacamole. Yeah, here we go. Here's guacamole again. So your hostas will come in all shapes, all sizes. They will come in all sorts of different colors. The lighter, the brighter, the more chartreuse color of your hostas, they can do more sun. If you've got more of a really dark hosta, then they're gonna need more shade. So your really dark green ones, or what we call blue hostas, they need more shade. An absolute classic hosta is Sum and Substance. Sum and Substance, nice bright chartreuse color on it, huge leaves, y'all. If you are looking for a massive hosta that will stand the test of time, Sum and Substance is the one to do. You need this hosta. So all of my local people, we have got tons of hostas for you. Yeah, and there's more, y'all, all the way back here. Let's just go right back here. This is the nursery of the nursery as far as the shade. So we bring our shade loving plants back here to grow, and yeah, there's a lot of hostas. So here we have, this is that, is this Woo La La or is this Diamond Lake? Emperor's Woo. So you've got Emperor's Woo, a nice big one. We've got Drinking Gourd, which is a nice fun cupped leaf on it. We have the Hudson Bay, another proven winners that has that beautiful variegation to it, right? A nice creamy white with the dark green on the edging. Then we have, this is Diamond Lake again. So you've got Diamond Lake. We've got the Curly Fries. You've got another proven winners. This is the Wee again. Look at this. I don't know what this one is, but dear, is that guacamole? Let's see. It is. Okay, so look at that. Jerry's, he's making faces at me, y'all. I don't care. Look at this. Tell me this is not a gorgeous hosta. Tell me. Argue with me that this is not beautiful. Look, it is. It's gorgeous. That's why we have so many of them. But look at the blooms, right? Look at this. These are almost like near white, huge, big flowers on them that your pollinators are going to go nuts over. In fact, this is my little stash over here. This, because it's been so hot, we haven't been planting. So this is my protected stash area. Do you see what we have here? A guacamole. Yep, this is going to go into the chicken coop. So I'm practicing what I'm preaching, and that I have plenty of hostas that are going to go in here. So there you go on that. This one, look at this, right? Beautiful. Look how I love this. Dark stems, nice dark lavender color on it. This is the Island Breeze. So we were just looking at Island Breeze. Gorgeous. Isn't that stunning? So Island Breeze is going to be smaller than your guacamole, but put them together or in the same vicinity of each other, different colors, and then you've got different flowers. Gorgeous. I'm telling you, prove my husband wrong and come buy these hostas. That way Jenny can buy more and have more for you next year and new different varieties. So help support Jenny, prove him wrong, come buy all the hostas and show the hosta love. So, I mean, there's just tons of them, y'all. Like, we could just keep going on and on. So we do have a really great selection, though, of both the proven winners and non-branded that are just gorgeous, beautiful, strong, healthy hostas, right? If you have deer problem, because I can hear people right now saying, Jenny, I would love to come buy all these hostas, but I have terrible deer problem. A couple of solutions that people have had, right? And everybody is different. One, if you can put them in containers and put them closer to the house. If your deer are not super aggressive, that will help, that will work. You could also put, I've been dealing with rabbits and bunny problems. So I have bought the chicken wire cloaks to put over some of my sun perennials that the bunnies love. And that is a really great way to do that as well. So it's a physical barrier to keep them off of that. Of course, I've told you about my friend Tina, who has really bad deer problem. She uses wireless deer fence, and it's a stake that runs on a AA battery that gives them a little electric shock. So whatever plant you have, you put that stake beside of it. They go to it, they touch, it's like a cow with an electric fence, right? It doesn't like kill them. It's just it's like a slap on the wrist to say, stop it, don't come here. So that has been very effective with her. And then of course, different sprays. If you're gonna use sprays, obviously that's gonna be more involved, because every time it rains, you've got to go back out and reapply that. And if you can do a rotation of like 3 different ones, that way you're constantly switching up the scent and the deer don't get to be used to just one fragrance. So that is something that does help. Yes, those of you that garden with deer and that constant problem, my hat's off to you, because the bunnies alone this year have about driven me crazy. I can't imagine battling deer. So y'all are some strong-willed, very determined people that I highly admire. Yes. So we have got, y'all, there's tons of things, but the hostas are the big deal right now. So come and get those. It is while supplies last, right? So if there's a certain variety that you have seen and you're like, ooh, I want that, well then get out. Get out here and come and get them. All of the ones here at the nursery are 1 gallon size. If you're shopping online, they are quart size, simply because of shipping. It is a whole lot easier for us to ship quarts than it is gallons. So take advantage of that, and while supplies last, go for it, have fun. Go ahead, if you're ordering online, like I said, depending on what zone you're in, you can either go ahead and plant it directly in the ground, or you can put it in a container and let it grow out. And if you want to add it to the landscape later, add it to the landscape, or if you want to keep it in that container, then you absolutely can do that as well. So lots of fun things going on. We are entering in here in the south, going into the big gardening season. All of those plants that we just showed you that are in that roped off area, Jenny will be getting them in the ground. So we're just kind of waiting till, I'm waiting till we get through August. Even though we've had lots of rain, I'm still kind of waiting to get out of August before I really start my massive planting. But
so it kind of when all the specials will come to an end.
Yes, and that's like what Jerry said. He said that's when the specials come to an end. So even if you're not ready to plant, this is a little like inside information. If you're not ready to buy a hosta, but you love this hosta and you're like, but I don't want to plant it yet, y'all come get it. Take advantage of the sale and then just take it home, keep it in a protected area where you can water it, put a saucer underneath it to keep water on it, and then when it cools off, then go ahead and plant it. But take advantage of the BOGOs now and then plant later, right? We all have those stashes of plants. Jenny has a huge one right behind Jerry. I'm not ready to plant them, but I put them in an area where we can take care of them. So there you go. All right, Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 3. We'd love to see you. As always, we so appreciate y'all. Thank you for all your love and support. We're concerned about Debbie. We survived Debbie. Praise the Lord. And hopefully, it probably won't be the last one though of the season. I'm thinking it's early. More will be coming, but we'll weather that storm as well. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.